Imagine a conflict of such unimaginable scale and brutality that it fundamentally shatters the will of an entire army and nation. What kind of prolonged struggle could inflict such deep psychological wounds, turning initial confidence into despair and irreversible decline? The Eastern Front battle profoundly harmed German morale, primarily through its immense and continuous human and material losses, coupled with the brutal fighting conditions and the ultimate failure to achieve a swift, decisive victory. This decline in morale was rooted in several critical factors. Millions of German soldiers perished, were wounded, or captured in the relentless fighting, far exceeding initial projections and rapidly depleting their combat strength. The extreme weather, particularly the sub-zero Russian winters, coupled with vast distances and fierce Soviet resistance, created a hellish environment unlike anything German forces had ever encountered. The strategic failure of the Blitzkrieg to swiftly defeat the Soviet Union meant the war shifted from a war of movement to a grinding war of attrition, a Materialschlacht, or material battle, for which Germany was ill-prepared. The disconnect between official propaganda that painted a picture of inevitable victory and the grim reality faced by soldiers and reported in letters home further eroded trust. As casualty lists grew longer, and the war dragged on without end, the relentless burden of fighting on the Eastern Front, or Ostfront, seeped back into Germany, deeply impacting civilian morale and their faith in the leadership's promises. Historians analyze this impact by examining a wide array of sources. These include personal letters from soldiers and their families, diaries, and even internal Wehrmacht reports detailing issues like desertion rates, insubordination, and widespread psychological breakdowns among troops. These insights paint a clear picture of a fighting force increasingly stretched beyond its limits, physically and mentally. The Eastern Front, therefore, was not merely a military defeat for Germany. It was a profound and irreversible psychological trauma that systematically dismantled the morale of both its armed forces and its civilian population. The relentless and horrifying cost in human lives and material ultimately shattered the German will to fight, fundamentally contributing to their eventual defeat.
If history fascinates you, like, subscribe, and explore more with us.